Okay. This is a cave. It's a cave. It's not a cave. Maybe it's a cave? Possibly a cave. Sidon is here. Hello, Sidon. Sidon's been going through it. Sidon's story arc is weird.
Huh.
His thing seems to be that he's just, like, not confident. Given the events that have been happening, but he didn't have that problem the last time there was a, like, major problem facing his people, facing his country. And I don't know what's different this time. He's got, like, a fiance, and his fiance says he's, like, it's because he feels guilty that his sister died, but, like, that would also have been the case back in the day. You hit the limitations of, we have this much space to put story stuff, because each of these story blocks are blocked out to take as close to the exact same amount of investment as possible. Like, the exact same amount of, like, player playtime investment. So this one is maybe working the least out of the different ones that have happened so far, because you've got Tulin, who's trying to be the cool upstart young hero, which is good. You've got Yunobo. I'm thinking, trying to rotate Yunobo's deal in my head, and he was just kind of a, he doesn't have anything. He's kind of, that one's also kind of weak, but it's trying for less, maybe? The Riju stuff is good. The character section of the game just continues to be incredibly impressive. And then, yeah, Sidon Steel, it's not working for me this game. But he is going to help me find this cave.
I have an idea.
He's got an idea. There he goes. Look at him go. Cool.
It's just as I thought. I can see an entrance at the bottom of the lake.
It is cool when your boyfriend opens up an entrance to the cave at the bottom of the lake. Let's go. Whee! I think that means he doesn't catch up with us here. So say goodbye to Sidon forever, probably. Trying to use fewer followers, fewer party members. I did pull Tulin out of storage a while ago because it just ends up becoming part of your movement toolkit that it feels difficult to use when you don't have it. I remember this cave being really cool. So let's see how this goes. This is a cave, right? Is this not a cave? If this isn't a cave and the other thing was a cave, I'm gonna be flummoxed. Oh, my computer is... Oh no, everything's falling apart. Oh no. It's good. We're good, folks. There's a chest here. I want the chest. What music is playing here? What's gonna get... Well, now that's playing here, but that's a pretty good looking weapon. Get rid of a better weapon for that weapon. Okay, shh. Everybody, shh. Is there, like, water cave music? Is there a specific water cave song? Need to do a deeper dive into the various songs that play within caves. Okay, anyway. Yunobo is not here, so I will use bomb. We got some classic Zelda water puzzle stuff happening. remember back when I had the free time to play more tabletop stuff, I ran some official Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventures at a convention one time, which is like rewarding. It was cool. It was cool to do that in a convention setting, even though I felt extremely unprepared to do it. But the trick is, it's fine. People are just here to have a good time. And the specific adventure involved a small dungeon with a water puzzle in it. And I think I had intended to replace that water puzzle with a better water puzzle. There we go. Now we're in cave, right? Whatever it counts. I intended to replace it, which you're already not supposed to be doing that stuff in an official capacity when you're running... What was it called in 5th edition? It wasn't Living Forgotten Realms, it was, just Adventurers League or something boring like that. You're not supposed to change stuff, because it's all supposed to be standardized so that every player can play their character and bring that character to any other version of that's being run of that, and it's all simpatico. I changed stuff. It's fun. It's fine. Anyway, that dungeon had a water puzzle in it. And I intended to replace that water puzzle with something more interesting than the water puzzle as presented in the official source stuff. And I ran out of time. Because it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment decision to even run a module at a convention. But it ultimately did not matter. Because the players... No, I want that. Chose to try to get into the dungeon in the reverse order. They skipped to the back entrance. They discovered the back entrance before they discovered the front entrance. And I am here for that, so I rolled with that. So they walked in to see the puzzle, and I was like, well, this is a puzzle you would have had to solve had we played this normal. Everybody kind of got a kick out of that. Everybody liked this. You just gotta get the people what they want. It's weird, right? Playing stuff at conventions is like, either you are jumping into one-shot adventures and trying out weird systems that you would never try otherwise, which is like my favorite mode, or you're jumping into league play, which is like something that I understand why people enjoy that, but ultimately find it kind of like evil. maybe evil's a strong word for it, but I'm like, I feel like my values are opposed to the type of play that emerges from that. I remember the one time I played... No, that's not true. The first time I played Pathfinder was in that kind of a setting, and it was... I think there's at least one whole new version of Pathfinder that's out since the one time... this first time that I played Pathfinder. I remember whoever's in charge of Pathfinder for that convention rolled into our table and said, okay, everybody roll a d20. And everybody rolled, and one person rolled high enough to earn the right to play a Tengu character in League play. And that's like, why are you restricting what people get to play? That doesn't seem fun. If I want to play a Tengu, then I just want to be a Tengu. Maybe that's what gave me this whole like bent of like not jiving with it. It's just like that one experience. think the only other time I played Pathfinder was at it was like a game day at some high school. And it was a game that was being run in Pathfinder, but like could have just been any system, because it was all about a like... Oh, I thought that was a ladder. It was about a murder mystery monster thing? Something in a spooky mansion where you had to solve a mystery. Which is the kind of premise that's not out. That doesn't have to be one system or another necessarily. You can just kind of transpose stuff. Nope, that's a good... Nope. That'll do. So if I blow this, the water level will continue to go up. I feel like the last time I was here, I did not find a frog, and so I'm really concerned that I will not find a frog this time. I should cheat. I'm gonna cheat. Folks, we're cheating, not about where the frog is, but I'm gonna look at the spreadsheet, make sure this is actually a cave that has a frog in it before I spend... Yeah, this has a frog. Okay. Before this becomes a 3-hour episode of me not finding a frog, let's make sure there's supposed to be a frog here, right? Because you can't dive into this water. That's what I was talking about in the last episode. About how... I wish I could plant... I can plant a bomb. I don't want to plant a bomb. There's no... See, but there's stuff back there. I want to go to that stuff that's back there. There's no, swimming underwater in this video game. In some sense, prior to this version of the game, there was not a lot of room above room. This was very Doom rules. Like Doom, like, you know Doom. You know Doom. You, the viewer, know about Doom and how that Doom exists on a flat plane and any up and down variance is illusory. You know this. I don't have to tell you this. And in some sense, Breath of the Wild, the original... Oh, wait. Found it. In some sense, Breath of the Wild kind of functions like that. There's not a lot of, like, overhanging cliffs, even. That's probably not true, but, like, the amount is far lower than you would think. It's pretty much just one big terrain map. Can I go in there? I can totally go in there. Let's go. The noble bat. Anyway, as such, the idea of going down into the water does not jive with that, like, the way they built the world. It doesn't need to be, like... At no point in much of Breath of the Wild did I look at a pool of water and go, I want to dive down into that. Not that I can recall, at least, but... Oh, there's so much happening here. Okay. I'm still being assailed. Which makes this the first 3D Zelda in a long time that's been that way, because... Okay, that's where I came in at. That's where I'm trying to get to, is that not a shrine. .2D Zelda games generally function more like this game, where it's just like, okay, yeah, you are in the swimming state on a flat plane. Maybe you have a B button that lets you dive. And that's not really representing actually diving down into things so much as it's just letting you, like, abstractly look lower than where you are at currently. It's almost like digging in the water. Diving is like digging in water. Is my new, I always say this. I can get up there. I can extremely get up there. Hold on. Pardon me, folks. Oh no, let me up. Quickly. Okay, that's here. I'm gonna need this to get all the way there. Oh no, there's a chest there. Oh, is it... Maybe the last time I solved this, I just did not undo all of these. This is gonna be a mistake I'm gonna do. So you have... Hope I didn't... See, now I'm worried I blocked something off. If I did it again, I'm gonna be mad. Then you're gonna have an episode tomorrow of me grouching about that I did it wrong. Where am I now? Oh, I came up, but I can't get out, but I can go up. I can continue to go up. Ocarina of Time took that approach of, like, you're just swimming on the surface and you can do your little dive, although we're gonna actually represent it in a 3D awkward way. That mostly works. In some sense, it makes sense sometimes for swimming to seem awkward in 3D as a species. It's not necessarily the best at swimming compared to some other species that do it a little more often. What do you got going on? Oh, I just threw in my fire rod, so it's not gonna work out. Oh, it also added the iron boots. Ow. I don't have anything interesting to say about the iron boots in this context, I guess. No, I don't want it again. Where's the dang frog? They synthesize... Well, then they add Zora to... Oh, there you are. There you are. Majora's Mask has... Oh, this is scary. This is a scary chamber for Frog. I'm about to get jumped by the evil hands or something. I did not get jumped by the evil hands. That's great. Majora's Mask regular version has, like, my favorite Zelda swimming because you just zoom. Which makes sense because now you're a fishman. Fishman can zoom. And it also synthesizes the iron boots. But that's just a button press. So they got the letters. Everybody, they got the letters, it's fine. And then Twilight Princess has, like, the worst version of this. It feels so bad to swim. They tried to do 3D swimming, and it sucks, and it's bad. Skyward Sword has good swimming, though. But they just kind of erred on the side of, we're gonna make it waggle, and we're just gonna make you, like, do crazy waggle movement through the water. And that's fun. That's rewarding. Is that where I came from? I don't remember that sword being in the previous game also. What is this sword? Hold on, I want the sword more than I want the sword. Is it two-handed? Oh, I don't remember there being a two-handed Zora sword in the previous game. I think this is new. That's pretty solid. That's where I came in. That's where the water shooshed out, which means there's a chest there? There ought to be a chest there. That ought to be where I came from. There's almost certainly something up there that I need to get to while we're here, while I'm chatting. But how, you ask? we will just make this as easy as possible and just do this. There's nothing up here. Waste of time, waste of resources. So it goes. Same as it ever was. Let's go get that chest that I saw over there. I popped out of there. That's right. That looks like a good chest, though. Anyway, so... yeah. Breath of the Tears of the... decided we're not going to mess with any of that. It's just an opal. I have so many opals. Yeah, Breath of the what the says you can just swim on the surface. Oh, Wind Waker style. I forgot Wind Waker. A game about water. And I forgot that, yeah, you do a lot of this kind of swimming. So we do Wind Waker style swimming here. Except I get a little dash because I've got a stamina meter. Not just a breath meter. I guess those are kind of the same thing. And then you get your cool little jump that we did earlier on the last episode. And that's how this game handles that. I don't know what's gonna happen when I press this button. So let's press it. Ooh. Scary. Scary. Does that purify this waterfall so I can get up there? I guess I'm not gonna be able to tell you about it anywhere else. A dungeon I think is bad that I have to go play now off screen. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Is it gonna eject me from... Are we getting ejected from the cave? We did get ejected from the cave. See, this happened to me last time, and then I was like, oh wait, I forgot the frog, and I never went back. A waterfall. Sidon's back. Gesture, gesture. Mysterious device, waterfall appeared. To a Zora, a waterfall is no different from a path. That's a pretty good line. There he is. There's our man. Oh, and cutscene.
Here. Come here. Come to me.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for... Oh... It's so silly. It's so silly the way that they had to make all these exact same. Oh well. It's fine. We've made our peace. On this project, we've made our peace with the storytelling decisions in this video game, and I'm just here to enjoy some cool caves like that one we just did. Later. I'm not leaving. Sidon left. He was done with the episode, and I guess that means I'm done with it too. See ya.